been eating and you look so greedy and so on. And hey, let's learn to be people who are sincere and genuine, and we need to also have friends who will actually respect us. So it's beautiful where we have limits. When you tell someone, tell them a limited amount. When you share your happiness, make sure that you share it in a way that you do not give too much of information. You will lose your job. I promise you, your business partners will actually be stolen, or something might happen. They might get to someone. People are not all sincere. Sometimes your best friends become your enemies. Like I said, it's happened to almost all of us. If not every one of us, maybe not your best friend, but a lot of people who were close to us. As time passes, there is a gap that happens. Sometimes it's legitimately because we're busy, because we're far away, we still love each other. Sometimes distance actually makes the heart grow fonder, indeed. But I'm talking of a different type of a distance. The distance where you now no longer care for each other. You now no longer, get along with each other, like each other, no more, because of some misunderstandings that have happened. And sometimes it's irreconcilable. It happens with people who are married. Imagine, married, you marry someone you absolutely love, you ended up loving them, etc. And one day something happens, and what do you know? The next thing is divorced. Divorce is permissible. It's the worst thing that could happen, but it's permissible. So now what you need to know is, when you've given too much of information, and when you've been too close where every movement of yours is known, trust me, you've just shot yourself in the foot. That's what you've done. That's what you've done. Now, this is a powerful piece of advice. The opposite of it is also correct. The opposite of it is also correct. What is it? When you dislike someone, be careful. I see a lot of people swearing sometimes. They could be belonging to a different sect. They could be, I belong to Islam. I'm a Muslim. But I'm a human being as well. So I belong to humanity and I belong to Islam. So I care for my Muslim brothers and sisters, and I care for humanity and human beings as well. So much so that I'm a creature of the Almighty, and I care for the creatures that Almighty who made me has created, because that's my link with Him. I respect everything He's done, and I respect everyone He has made and everything that He has made. That's who I am. But now you find some people who don't understand. So they decide, because I think this way, because I belong to this particular religion, this particular sect, etc., then I've got to say these hurtful, nasty words, I've got to be derogatory. As soon as I see someone with a beard, for example, I've got to start calling him a terrorist. As soon as I see someone with a niqab or a hijab, I've got to call them a derogatory term. Excuse them. You know why? Because, like I've said before, they hate you, and their hatred has no limits to it. So it will go beyond the limit. It does happen with some Muslims as well, where hatred goes beyond the limit. I've seen it even with people of different sects. For example, people who disagree with you on one matter. Recently there was something that happened. People asked me a question. I'll give you an example. The ruling of cryptocurrency. What is it? Now, to be honest with you, there are two opinions. One says it's okay, one says it's not okay. In a nutshell, you do not hate on each other. I heard someone say, oh, if this guy says it's okay, then that's the end of my relationship with him. What a fool, subhanallah, what a fool. How small-minded is that? Because actually what has happened in that particular case would be, whatever the